Hello and
Hello.
welcome.
Sorry,
So
I'm getting in the way, aren't I?
again,
Right, I'll let you do your introduction and I won't talk until spoken to. Go.
okay. Hello and welcome to the second edition of the WFHD podcast here on YouTube. My name is Joe and I am joined today, as always, with a good friend of mine, Mr. Fred Sturley. Hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
Very well, thank you. How
Yeah.
are you doing?
I'm good. Yeah.
Good. So, now, what do we discuss?
I don't know.
Weather. Now,
Weather.
it's a very common thing to discuss here in England.
Is it a common thing to discuss though, like at parties? I mean, like it's kind of like a cliche thing that everyone talks about the weather, but I can't recall the last time I've spoken to anyone about the weather, really, like in depth.
I know. It's because it's become such a cliche thing, people avoid using it now.
Do you think so?
Yeah,
Like
definitely.
if you're in a conversation with someone and it gets to the point where you're talking about the weather,
Yeah,
it's
you've
probably
got to get out of there. That's all I'm saying.
leave the room and find someone else to talk to, you know?
About the weather.
Though, to be honest, there doesn't seem to be much conversations in parties anymore. They just listen to dubstep and stuff, you know?
See, I want to. But what if you are? What if you're the weatherman?
Oh, surely if you're the weatherman, the last thing you want to talk about in your personal time is the weather.
Yeah. Well,
Like, oh, is it raining today? Oh, please don't, I'm a weatherman, okay? I know you and me kind of complain about, like, you know, certain people.
Everything.
Well, yeah, everything. We're like old men, basically. That's what we are.
what are we gonna be like when we are old men then?
We're going to be like young men. We're going to be like
Happy.
80 years old with our Zimmer frames on the dance floor. That's what we're going to be like, chatting up all the young women. I mean, is that even legal? I mean,
I don't know.
I've only just thought of this just now, but like, say you're 20 and you're talking to a 14-year-old girl, yeah? That's frowned upon, isn't it? You can't do that. Like, well, if you like sexual intentions. But say you were 40 and you're talking to a 20-year-old girl, that's
Yeah.
fine. But when you were 20, that girl had just been born.
Yeah, that's horrible.
So, but that's okay, right?
It's weird, isn't it? I mean, that person was an adult before that person was born.
Yeah, and obviously it's fine because they're both adults now, but it is a bit weird.
When you think of it like that, yeah.
You know,
I don't
like,
think that would have been his first chat-up line. Oh, I was an adult when you were a baby. Do you want to go out with me?
imagine if that worked.
I'm going to try it. No, I'm not.
How can you try that on anyone right now? I was an adult when you were a baby. It's like you just turned an adult now, really. I mean, you have to be 1 year old.
Rubbish.
No?
Aron Ralston from 127 Hours.
Oh god, that film was incredible.
What a film. What a film.
You know, I mean,
There's actually I'll put it in the sidebar, the information bar. There's a video of I don't know if anyone's actually seen 127 Hours. It's about the guy that was caught for 5 days in the Rock. Remarkable story. If you go on YouTube, I'll put a link down, and it's the real guy, Aron Ralston, and he's gone back to the Rock in Blue Johns Canyon. He's gone back to the place where he was trapped for 5 days, and he's explaining to the camera crew what happened. It's really graphic, but it's incredible.
yeah, I mean, I can't even comprehend the thought process of, right, okay, now I'm going to cut my arm off.
I think because we're in a position where we're not trapped in a rock, I think
Yeah.
but
All rational thinking goes out the window when you're going to die.
But I
you know?
think that feeling, I wouldn't care if my eye was left. So my arm. I don't care if my arm was left, but to get out, I would do anything, even if it meant getting rid of my arm. Just that feeling of getting out for him, I reckon.
I mean, arms are pretty valueless if compared to life, right?
Yeah.
It's like, at least you're alive.
Yeah, exactly.
And I guess, like, we were talking earlier about if life is overvalued or undervalued, and I guess this kind of poses the question. I mean, every day above ground is a good day. That's a quote. I can't remember who from, so sorry, whoever it was. I'm pretty sure he's not around anymore, but like, he certainly won't be listening to this video.
I don't think anyone will be.
If you're coming out with awesome quotes like that, you're not spending time on YouTube, okay? You're just thinking to yourself, right?
No.
But yeah, I mean, people complain like, bills, work, it's really depressing me. Yeah, but you're breathing.
Yeah.
Some people aren't breathing.
Yeah.
And
it makes you think about it when you. I mean, I don't know if you've ever been to a near-death situation. I remember when I was. I went swimming. I was about 9 or 10, and there was like a swimming pool hideout, and half of it was cut off, so we were allowed in like the shallower end. It was still quite deep though, and everyone had these massive floats, these big square plastic floats. So there was nowhere to swim. There was just people floating around on floats. Anyway, I fell off mine, and I fell in the water. I couldn't see. I didn't have any goggles. Tried to get back up, and obviously I couldn't get past any of the floats because the whole top surface was covered with them. So I was pushing up like shit. I've got to get up, and I was running out of breath, and no one knew I was there.
That's terrifying.
Eventually, I pushed out, and I remember for the next 10 minutes, I was only 9 and 10, but I was just thinking, oh, I'm so lucky. And no one, I told people, and they were like, "Oh right, okay." No one really understood it, but for me, that was just terrifying.
Yeah.
And it makes you go, oh, I'm so glad I'm here. I get the same thing when I go caving. I think I did Chislehurst Caves, which is brilliant,
Wow.
Great experience.
I've never gone caving before.
It's a great experience. You go right deep into the caves, but you think, like, I'm a bit claustrophobic. I'm not massive, but I'm a bit claustrophobic. And I remember getting out thinking, I'm so glad that we live out overground. I'm so glad to see the light of day again. And I was being really overdramatic. I was just so thankful, though.
Everyone's just like, what are you talking about? Come on.
Yeah, when
Everything is based on profit. If you're not making money, you're not going to be around for long.
No, exactly.
And I look at these adverts, and yeah, fair enough. I've never given money to like an African charity before, right?
Yeah.
And then people, like, when I say that, they're like, "Oh, you're evil." It's like, well, no, I need money for myself. You know, I need to survive, especially in like current financial times. But I'm all for like the charities and that, but it's the guilt trip they try and put you on. You know, like.
Yeah.
You know, like showing like some 8-year-old kid with a fly, like flies all over him. You know what I mean? Have you seen it?
Good with a fly.
Just a fly on him.
Pet fly.
Jimmy the
pet fly.
of Ethiopia.
He's happy. What will you be talking about? He's got a pet fly. No one else has got a pet fly.
And this is going to sound really, really cruel, right? But I've said this from like a very early age. And there was like, oh, so-and-so has to... That's not their real name, by the way. So-and-so has to travel 4 miles to get fresh water. Well, here's an idea. How about you move your tribe to the water source? Does that really take a brainiac to figure that out? Oh, I don't like travelling to water, so I'm going to do it any day, everywhere. I've really messed the sentence up anyway, but... but just move to the water source. It's not hard, you know? Yeah. Build a well, wait for it to rain. You live in Africa, it doesn't rain. Move to the lake.
Yeah. Build an underwater city, you know. Problem solved.
Atlantis.
Oh my god. So, this so-and-so, is that first name So, second name and So?
No, middle name is And.
Alright. So, Mr.
So and So. Yeah. Not Anne, And.
It's so short for something, like Sozanna.
Sozanna.
Sozanna and So.
That sounds like some sort of Jewish law firm.